Seattle Seahawks gave a BTA, I repeat, BTA belt to ass to the New England Patriots. The final score was 29-13. Sam Darnold was 1938, 202 yards, one touchdown, no interceptions. Drake May was 27 of 43, two touchdowns, two interceptions, sacked six times, and fumbled the ball, I believe, once and lost it as well, too. Um, wasn't what I expected, I'd have to say. Definitely something that's you know, kind of crazy. But before I go into my little monologue with everything, man, what was your thoughts on the game and your takeaway from the Super Bowl?
One, this game fucking sucked, man. Like the game really sucked. It was sad. And it reminded me, although of course there were more points scored, it reminded me of the Rams, was that the Rams Patriots? Where it was like 13-0 or something like that. It was just a terrible low scoring game. It was just field goals and defense basically.
Mhm.
Uh and that's what this game was for the most of it was just field goals and defense. Um And it's crazy because the Patriots showed like they have a well, I would say the Patriots have a good defense, but Christian Gonzalez is one
Gonzo,
of the best corners in the league.
of course.
Like he was single-handedly keeping them in the game. Like he every time there was a key pass, like a third down or something like that, he was like, nah. And that was crazy to see. I like if they had somehow managed to win that game, which I don't think they could have, I think he would have been the Super Bowl MVP in my opinion.
Mm.
But yeah, just kind of, I hate to give credence to it, but it's a lot of what people were saying before the game happened. It's just, Drake didn't do anything impressive at all when the playoffs, this entire time during the playoffs. The Patriots, offensively, defense have been great. Offensively hasn't done anything at all. And it just looked like more of the same. Like he played the way that he played, if they weren't playing one of the best offenses and the Seahawks only scored 12 points, which they've been holding all their other pointers to, yeah, they would have won. But they finally dealt with the offense that was above competent. And it just showed that they really couldn't keep up with it. And it's just been par for the course for them this whole postseason. So, Drake is young. I do, though, hate I think it was either Collinsworth or the other guy was like, this is all just a learning experience for Drake May. And I'm like, this is the Super Bowl, bro. This is not a learning experience. You don't get to just learn from, oh yeah, the last time I was in the Super Bowl. You know how many people make it to the Super Bowl and never make it back? You know how many people never make it, period?
Mm.
There's nothing in my head that makes me feel confident that Drake May and the Patriots are going to be back to the Super Bowl.
Mm.
Especially when you look at how things shook out in their conference this year. So yeah, I hate it for him. I also hate the empty stat padding. Like you look at it, he's like, oh, he had 280 yards. Like he had a decent game. No, he didn't. I think he threw for over 200 yards in the fourth quarter when it was all meaningless, basically, just trying to get them to
Like you're playing
13
catch up,
points.
yeah.
Yeah, I do kind of hate that. But yeah, like I said, overall, I know we texted a little bit about this. At first, I was like, dang. I wish the Lions were here. If the Lions could have made it out, that would have been great.
Hmm.
But I just know our defense would have got shredded by the Seahawks too. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so I'm like, I can't even do that. But I know who one of the things you're probably going to talk about, your team, I definitely think would have fared a lot better, but
Mm.
it's lost to the Broncos. So
Yeah, man. So first and foremost, credit to the New England Patriots being the representatives of the AFC, from having win four games to turn around, having, top two seed in the AFC and get into the Super Bowl is great. I wouldn't necessarily, talk about learning from the Super Bowl, but you can say learning as a whole within this entire playoffs. I felt like they had the easiest schedule. So to go up against all those top defenses, he has definitely a lot of footage to kind of, play around with, including the Super Bowl. Because, like I said, they went up against the Chargers defense, they went up against the Broncos, they went up against the Texans, and they went up against Seattle, arguably all top 10 defenses. So that's something that you can definitely learn from. Obviously, like I said, going from 4 wins to 13 or 14 or however many they won. Um, he's just gonna have to learn. He's gonna have to learn how to read defenses and really be a master of minimizing risk and taking what the defense gives him as well too. Um, They left tackle was ass, bro. That nigga Will Campbell played like a bum.
Dog
And
shit.
I feel like the game plan was to take the life out of Drake May early, right? So knowing that your left tackle is gonna struggle, his confidence was just shot, bro. Shot,
Can
bro.
I can I say one thing real quick though?
Hmm.
I saw a little bit of it during the game, and afterwards I saw a lot more of it. Even
Hmm.
though his offensive line was not playing great, there were plenty of times where he had wide open receivers and he was just missing them or
And which
wasn't even seeing them.
which I was gonna say, yeah. So even with all that going down, he still had simple reads. He had his checkdowns. I just felt like he tried to go for big plays when, like I said, he could have definitely, you know, took what the defense gave him. And I really didn't see. I thought they were gonna, like, try to incorporate him being more of a dual threat as well too, because that was something that I was kind of thinking about, but they just weren't ready. They just weren't ready. And they got beat up, man. But kind of like you said, bro, I was kind of upset. Just seeing how everything kind of unfolded. I was just like, bro, like, even though our team was flawed, we were still good enough to get the job done. And even if we didn't make it, like, I wish Bo Nix didn't get hurt because the Denver actually has a good defense. I think Sean Payton would have came up with a decent game plan. But it's just like, bro, to be in the Super Bowl, like you said, it was empty calories at that point in the fourth quarter. So like 29-13 isn't a true depiction of the game itself. But it's just like, damn, like I'd rather have seen another team put up a better fight than this. And that shit just kind of made me. This is the most like mad I was watching Super Bowl. Like niggas was at the niggas was looking at me like, "Yo, see you good?" And I was just like, "No, I'm not good," because I know what could have happened if another team was there, especially mine. But at the end of the day,
Yep.
at the end of the day, it's just like you got to minimize risk. Tom Brady always talks about that as well too. And if we minimize risk, we would most likely have been here as well. And that's why I got to give credit to Sam Darnold. I mean, obviously he has a top defense, has some good skilled players, but he took care of the football. He took care of the
No
football compared to
turnovers.
all the other teams that the Patriots played against. Like I told you, like these dudes, Patriot defense is lit. Don't get me wrong, but like the quarterback play to get to the fucking Super Bowl was atrocious. Like not Josh. I'm sorry, Drake May played bad all those games, but because
Hmm.
their defense was so good and the quarterback performance was piss poor, and niggas got away with some shit. So it was good to see an actual competent game plan, competent quarterback play from Sam Darnold. Because I was like, all right, like if Sam can kind of like, and Sam was doing. I mean, he had a couple where it could have been a turnover, but it won't a turnover. But like seeing him in the pocket compared to last year when he was on Minnesota, like he's just more decisive. He was using his leg. He played good going up against a defense like that, good enough. And then shout out to Kenneth Walker. Wasn't he the MVP? Right, I kind of turned it off at that point. He was the MVP, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, 27 carries for 135 yards, man. He's I like watching him play. Very, very elusive. Kind of remind me of Joseph Adai from back in the day with the Indianapolis Colts a little bit. But yeah, man. That was a Super Bowl then and there, man. No more football now. So free agency, officially kind of begins. So I'm excited to see, what offseason moves are made before the draft. It's Seattle. Like we said, this whole year, like there was just so many different teams. We just didn't know who was gonna end up being the last two going into the season. If you'd have told me it would have been the newly signed Sam Darnold with the Seattle Seahawks being a representative of the NFC and the four-win team in New England Patriots being the representatives of the AFC, I would have been like, hell no. But hey, that's what NFL is all about, man.
And
Defense wins championships.
the craziest part is that the Seahawks actually looked the part.
Yeah,
Like the Patriots, not really, but nobody and all everyone and all the stuff that people were saying beforehand, nobody could actually discredit the Seahawks. Like, no, they were a really good team. And again, just we wouldn't have, there's no way I feel like people would have been like at the beginning of the year, yeah, this is how it's gonna go.
yeah, yeah. So no, overall good season. Last thing I say, overall great fucking season from week 1 to week 18. But like you said, the Super Bowl was just like anticlimactic, bruh. I'm just like, damn, all this for this bullshit, but that's how it goes. I mean, at least last year, even though it was about to ass, we got a lot of explosive plays from the Eagles. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But this one was just like, but it is what it is, man.